talk about the third part of the InfiniQ model in a theoretical way, that is SQL commands and SQL type of operations what we can work. So now, as far as SQL is going to be concerned, SQL we call it as structured query language. And why we are going to use structured query language? Because it was a way where we can manage the data across relations. And second thing was, there are some vendors of the databases like DB2, Oracle, SQL, SQL Server, etc. And yeah, as far as the structured query language is concerned, there are basically 4 divisions in the SQL. First division, we are going to call it as data manipulation language. Second one, the data definition language, the data control language, and followed by transaction control language. So data manipulation language, data definition language, data control language, and transaction control language. So let us go in depth regarding the first word of SQL data types. So in SQL data types, obviously there are 2 ways of looking the things in this course. One, we are going to call it as data types. Another, we are going to call it as operators. One, we are going to call it as data types. Another, we are going to call as operators. So the data types can be of character data type, an integer data type, a non-integer data type, and a miscellaneous data type. The other form will be with the arithmetic operations, then will be the comparison operations and the logical operations. So either a logical operation, either a comparison operation, either a arithmetic operation. So these are all going to take place whenever or soever the data types like character, item, non-integer, and the miscellaneous data types. So all that which are going to satisfy only on the operations on these attributes, we are going to bring up this arithmetic, comparative, and logic operations. Now, coming to the storage structure, how much space it is going to occupy, the data types, what it is going to look at. So those elements we are now putting this here. One, they are going to use for character n. So why we are going to use character, or why we are going to use varchar, and what are the differences between the character and what are the differences between the varchar. So coming to the varchar, they are going to be the sorted character having the predefined length. So whatever the length is going to be predefined, so that it is going to specify exactly. There is no expansion, there is no contraction of that. But as far as varchar 2 of 7 is going to be concerned, storage character whose length vary a lot. That means it can expand nor it can contract. So if I'm going to give data size as 10, and if I'm going to fill only 5, so remaining 5 will be by default 5 blocks will be created, and it will be given to that variable, and no other will use the same. So it is a poor efficiency of memory, which was talking about the character of n. So that it is going to be replaced with this varchar 2, that is one of the foremost interesting item. And second thing was the storage structure, yeah, the size it is going to occupy, etc. And third thing was the storage characteristic. So as far as varchar 2 of n is going to be concerned, the trailing spaces are not going to be allowed, and earlier one, yeah, it is going to have a fixed size storage, and it will be relatively less. And the minimum size of a character will be of 2000 bytes, but here the minimum size will be of some 4000 bytes. But when data was now usage, so that these blocks are flipped and they are given to the memory part. So this was the main reason of taking up the things. And yeah, integer in SQL. Yeah, there are three ways of representing an integer values in SQL. That is with small int, with an integer, and with an int class. One with a small int, two with an integer, and three with the int. We do have this integer type. So you can look at this point, height of Mount Everest in meters 8848, length it was Great Wall of China is 885000, and average distance of Earth and Sun in meters is some 15000, etc. So now we are going to work with the data types with different precisions, so it will be extremely enlarged at that point. Now, coming to the most important content, that is in the SQL data types, we have non-integer data types. We do have the non-integer data types. So these non-integer data types, yeah, they are going to be looking with the fraction part, etc. So we will now look with numeric and the decimal part. It can be stored. So we are going to call number of 3 comma 1. So 1, it is going to give the decimal part, and we call it as scaling is going to be given to the decimal part, and which are going to be on the real part. So we do have this assignment from the left, 3, 2 and 1. We call these 3 entries here as a precision entry. Similarly, after dot, we can have multiple entries which we can increase the scale. So earlier scale was 1, we were able to put only 1 0, but now we are going to put the scale as 3. So now what it is going to happen was it makes up 999 and it does up with the scale. And one important note what we have to bring to you here was precision, it moves from left hand side to right hand side, but the scale, the decimal part, it is good fraction part which is going to move from the left hand side to the right hand side. So this is what the takeaway of representing the data type. So now coming to this word, how a value is going to be stored with number of 3, number of 5 comma 1, and when it is shown with number of 6 comma 1 and 4 comma 2. So now let us check the value which it is going to have 121.79. So we assume that 12.17. If it is there, then it would have been no error. So it is executed. So next thing was we were telling about the number which it is 6.8 or 6.1. So now what it is going to show us 1 to 6 it is going to give to the precision value, and 1 it is going to take up to the decimal part or a scaling part. So only one position is going to be happened there. Yeah, along with this data types, there are some more entities which they are going to fall into the miscellaneous data types. So those we are going to call it as date, or we are going to call them a timestamp. So date data type, yeah, it is it was telling that it gives a value with DD, month and year, but internally it is also going to store the time. Okay, it is with the timestamp. Yeah. So date it is going to look up with the DD, month and year. But as far as timestamp is going to be concerned, yeah, it works with minutes, it works with seconds. Even it is going to track up the occurrence of a transaction in milliseconds also. And so we have character large objects CLOB and binary large objects, so BLOB. So they are going to store the binary data and yeah, like the image content with movies or binaries, etc., into this database. The SQL basics, the other part what we can look will be the arithmetic operations, or with the arithmetic operators we have addition, we have subtraction, multiplication and division, the more or less the same type of operators which are going to be implemented. And when we are going to take up the division, it is 15 by 3, we print out the quotient as part as the division is concerned. Similarly, we have the comparison operators. So you should understand the symbol what we are using it in not equals to. So less than, greater, less than and greater than, both we put at a time. We are going to assume that one as a not equals to. So here you can look up with 15 is equals to 5, the system will say false. Similarly, 15 is less than 5, the system will tell false. So which it is going to work directly on the comparison operators. Another more thing what we need to look will be the operators, that is with an assignment operator, which we are going to call it as equal to. But equal to check, it is going to make up the double is equals to operation, which it is in the SQL, it is only a single equals to operation. So there are some cases where SQL predominantly look up with this with some other supporting features, that is the arithmetic operations involving a null returns null, and so it can be specified or it can be ideally interacted with Java, Python, C or C++. These some of the takeaways where or how an SQL is going to work. Now, other than the basics, we have some more advanced operators and expressions for the DBMS with the SQL part. So those entries we are going to call here as operators, and these operators, yeah, we have a range operator, we have a list operator, we have a string operator, we have a null test operator, or we are going to have this logical operators. So range, it is going to give a relation between lower limit and an upper limit. So the value should meet, and then it fixes up the range including of the two numbers, that is 2500 and 3500. So our assumption is whether it is from 2000 or 2501. Yeah, as far as range is going to be concerned, yeah, it takes up, it includes both the lower limit and it includes both the upper limit. And next comes a value which works in form of set operations, and we verify whether that variable is available or not at that moment of time. So we are going to use up this list. So in this list we are going to use the operator called as in, and matches any list of variables is going to happen. So you can say here department in IVS, this is an examples, department in ETA and department in ICP. So we will check up where the departments and we are going to use a comparative operator, that is department in IVS, department in ETA, and department in ICA. So such type of operations we are going to call here as a list operations, and not only list etc. We do have the character operations which can take place in SQL part. The very first one we are going to call here as like. So like, what it is going to do was it is going to match to the character pattern. So I can say first thing should be yes and rest can be any of the things. Therefore, I'm going to put a wildcard called as a percentage. So first character it will see is where was the uppercase yes, and the next thing was after s, whatever the elements are going to be displayed, all those elements are taken up. Then we are going to have a null test. So we need to verify whether it is null or not. So we need to verify. So we check is null or not. So in this model, there are some of the comparison operators which will be used by the SQL towards executing the content. Other than these, we have the logical operators. So in SQL, we have the logical operators like and, or, and not. So AND operation, it is going to return true if both the conditions are true, and if with this OR operation, it is going to true if any one of the condition is true, then only it is going to bring up the OR operation, and NOT operation, yeah, it is going to return true if the conditions is false. So in this way, we have the logical entities, and so when I'm going to put AND, it should be true and true. So both are trues, then only it is going to be true. So first entity is true and remaining anything is true or false, so it doesn't take up. Similarly, if it is with false and false, again it is false, it doesn't take up. So the first condition and second condition, both the inferences should be true, then only it is going to bring up the value. So there we get this. So salary should be greater than 30,000 and department is equals to E to A. So when these two conditions are satisfied, then only the event is going to happen. So where we are going to get this AND operation. But as far as an OR operation is concerned, whether it should be 75,000 or whether it should be greater than ICP. So anything is possible. Any one case is true. Yeah, we can pull this into our relation where we are going to use the help of a OR operator. Yeah. Now coming to the expression evaluation, how SQL is going to evaluate the expression was. So first of all, it is going to work with the BODMAS model, that it is going to do up the things in the operator, and then inside the operator, whatever the elements are there, that it is going to process it up, and finally it is going to do a multiplication or division and followed by the addition operation. So the very first thing we look up with whatever operations are there going to be in the brackets. After that, we will do multiplication or division and followed by the addition. So in this way, the sequence of operators are going to be evaluated. So holistically, what we talked at this topic was we talked about the arithmetic operators, we talked about comparison operators, and we talked about the range, list, string, and nil operators in SQL, and we are going to talk about this logical operators with AND, or not.